Get on down the road. Well, if you're having it, hey, mama, get on down that road.
Okay, I'm Maureen Parrott, and I'm going to read a brief biography about John, and then we'll get to the music, which is what you're here for. John Henry Parrott III was a singer-songwriter and musician since 1965. He was born on June 23, 1944 in South Carolina and died on August 1, 2023 in New Jersey at the age of 79. John's grandparents and parents are from Memphis, Tennessee. Because his father had been a career Air Force colonel, John lived in several countries during his childhood, including Turkey, but he spent a great deal of his childhood in Memphis living with relatives. In 1961, at the age of 16, he graduated from Highland Academy, a religious boarding school in Tennessee. He attended Memphis State University for a year, and then he enlisted in the Army in October 1962, 4 months after he turned 18. John served in Germany until 1965. He spent time in Europe after he was discharged, and then he moved back to Memphis in 1966, attending Memphis State for another year. He lived in New York City in 1969, where he met Gene Taronis, who was one of our musicians today. After returning to Memphis, John studied blues piano and guitar with local experts, and he performed at the 1968 and 1969 Memphis Country Blues Festivals. He also worked at the VA hospital in Memphis. John moved to Hoboken, New Jersey in about 1976. He formed a duo with Peter Staffel, who's here today, also performing John's music. John, Peter, and Warren Gardner, another Hoboken person, won third place in the old-time music category of the 1978 Bluegrass and Old-Time Music Band Contest at the South Street Seaport in New York, New York. John has 2 children with his first wife, and their names are Sky and Hank Parrott. I met John in 1979 during my 3rd year of law school, when he and Peter were performing in Hoboken, where John and I both lived. John and I got married in 1986, and we moved here in May of 1988, about a month before our daughter Lily was born. Although music was John's love, he earned a living as a union electrician in Local 164 of the IBEW. He also got his electrical contractor's license, and he worked on a lot of houses in Roosevelt. John did a one-man blues show for the Roosevelt Arts Project years ago, and he was a member of the Roosevelt String Band for a few years. In the summers, he often played music in our backyard and at the amphitheater by the school. John formed a duo with our daughter Lily. Lily sang the songs on the CD, which is available here for free. And John played guitar, harmonica, and other instruments on it. In 2011, with Barbara Beeman and Bill Bannon, who are also here today, Barbara Beeman, Bill Bannon.
No, you didn't get that right.
And our last musician is Greg McLaughlin, but I don't think you played with John, did you? No, okay, but he's here to help out out of generosity. Barbara, Bill, and John did a CD called Plenty of Time, which featured 3 of John's original songs, including the title. John wrote over 245 songs of various genres, including blues, old-time folk, country, and jazz. He wrote ballads, love songs, funny songs, sad songs, jazz songs, blues songs, songs that told stories, and political songs. John was an avid reader. He read at least 1 book every day, all the years I knew him. And he read the classics. He read nonfiction books. And he loved science fiction. His most recent favorite book was The History of the Peloponnesian War. by Thucydides, written in 431 BC, and he loved to tell about the Peloponnesian War. Because amazingly, John remembered almost everything he read. He seemed to know something about almost everything, and if he didn't know it, he learned something. He learned it. John was also a great raconteur, and he spoke Spanish and German. John was sensitive, outgoing, thoughtful, creative, very intelligent, and he was always willing to help people. He was, I think, a very good and decent man, maintaining friendships from the 1960s, as is evident today. John was sentimental, and I learned after he died that he had saved every letter and postcard he had received since 1966. He also saved the posters for the Memphis Country Blues Festivals, his Woodstock tickets, and the program for Woodstock. He was
I was with them.
Oh, you were with them then, okay.
I don't remember anything.
John was a loving and loyal husband, and he was devoted to our daughter, Lily. John was 6'4". He was an exciting and charismatic live performer. He had a big heart, and he's been described as being larger than life.
Well, I was out at a phone booth one time, and I came back to tell John what had happened. We were roommates, living on 3rd Street in Hoboken, and young men at the time. I don't know if you can believe it, that I used to be a young man. Really, I'm serious. And so I came back, and I told John what had transpired with me and this woman on the phone. And so this is the result. You know it cost me a buck just to call you up. I only had 2. I wanted to talk to you. You said I don't like your scene. I said I know what you mean. You said you sure appreciate it, but you didn't want to be degraded. You know it cost me a buck just to call you up. I only had 2. I wanted to talk to you. He rolled up a joint, we got high. Then I remembered it cost me a buck just to call you up. I only had 2. I wanted to talk to you. Rolled up a joint, we got high. And then I remembered that it cost me a buck just to call you up. I only had 2. I wanted to talk to you. It cost me a buck just to call you up. I only had wanted to talk to you. That was a real song. I mean, that was a real experience. I guess she was right. She didn't want to be degraded, but okay. Now we are on to Screaming Industrial.
Okay, for this one, let me start it, and you guys come in with the first chorus. That way they...
Down by the highway, under the bottom, hottest part of the day. Standing in the chemical, breathing in the poison, listen to the boys all say. We're working in the factory, 100 a week, can't make it through 40-hour week. Trying to work double time, overtime, anytime, barely got enough to eat. For lunch we eat potato chips, biscuit sandwiches, drink Coca-Cola juice, smoke a lot of cigarettes, stuff like that. Wonder what the hell to do. I'm working in a factory, we can't make it through a 40-hour week. I work double time, overtime, anytime, barely got enough to eat. Hospital benefits, insurance plans, take every nickel that we make. If you stop by an old shop and say, "Hi, yes, you can rub my headphones," you'll be walking in a factory, wondering how you can make it through the 40-hour week. I work double time, overtime, anytime, barely got enough to eat. Standing in the chemical, making it bullshit, wondering about we are being fired. We don't give a minute, we don't care, and never get a working in the factory, wondering if we can make it through a 40-hour week. I do work double time, overtime, anytime, barely got enough to eat. They're closing the factory, moving to Fredonia, cheaper there, you gotta understand. Don't stop by, you can't say hi, we're taking all the overtime we can. We're working in the factory, wondering if we can make it through a 40-hour week. We're overtime, undertime, barely got enough to eat.
All the songs we're doing, of course, were written by John Parrott.
Yeah, they're all originals. He was very fond of that one. And we're gonna do, I can tell you were a hippie. I can tell, and you're, no. the presence of the beats. I can tell you are a hippie by the way you walk. I can tell you are a hippie by the way you talk. You think you hide it so well, but I can tell, I can tell.
I can't tell.
You have a high-tech life, white on wet decor. Your kids are both in rehab, they just don't know the score. Life is almost seamless, like an integrated ship. Purple haze is in your mind, and every now and then you slip. I can tell you are a hippie by the way you walk. I can tell you are a hippie by the way you talk. You think you hide it so well, but I can tell, oh, I can tell. I knew you were a hippie. I would have made $100 bet. I can see you in a circle, passing round them funny cigarettes. You're a bigger hypocrite than your parents, but I still see you there. Marching and making peace signs with your long, dirty hair. I can tell you are a hippie by the way you walk. I can tell you are a hippie by the way you talk. Well, you can see and you can smell. Oh, I can tell, I can tell.
Ooh.
You think you hide it so well, but I can tell, I can tell.
Ooh.
The next song is Bird in the Sand or in the Street. I think John used to do is change the songs a little. He changed the words. He was and he decided it was one way one day, and the next day it was a different way.
It was maddening. It was maddening.
See that bird in the sand, another sparrow in God's hand. He don't sow no reap or save when times get hard, just flies away, flies away. Just a bird with two bare feet, pecking the ground for something to eat. Got no roof, no place to stay when times get hard, just flies away, flies away. I wish I was that bird over there. No more worries, no gray in my hair, no more mortgages to pay when times get hard. I'd fly away, fly away, Bill. I'd be a bird of the air. No more troubles, no worries or care. I wouldn't care what people say when times get hard. I'd fly away, fly away, fly away. I'd fly away.
I met my old man Jimmy He's a guy that likes to stay up late. He mentioned seeing me around. Said I didn't look so great, oh, by the way, you just missed her. She went home with a date. I told him, my friend Jimmy, let me kindly, firmly stay. And I don't want to know everything in the world. I'm too old to get told what's black and what's white. I don't want to learn the hour of my death. I don't want to know who she's with tonight. Upset the bartender, he's another good old red-headed man. He said, John, we're glad to have you drinking again. Oh, flat neck again, submitted here again. When you all said, what's her name? I grabbed him by the shirt front and I patiently explained that I don't want to know everything in this world. I'm too old to get told what's wrong and what's right. I don't want to learn the hour of my death. And I don't want to know who she's with tonight. Let's just play it. The phone rang the next morning, and the answer was my head a mess. It was Bill, and I'd be willing to guess that you would never guess. He said, by the way, I was wondering about that little blonde. I hung up the telephone before he could go on. You see, I don't want to know everything in the world. I'm too old to get know what's black and what's white. I don't want to learn the hour of my death, and I don't want to know who she's with tonight. She always used to tell me she would leave me. She was always saying crazy stuff. She used to laugh at me and call me her crazy trucker. And she told me I was never home enough. 4 wheels on the taxi that took her from me. 10 wheels on the bus that set her free. Now I'm left alone at last to find out how it feels. Only home that you got left has got 18 wheels. she was going to Colorado. She told me she would write me when she could. And it's a long, long way from here to Colorado. And I knew she probably never would. Oh, you on the taxi that took her from me. 10 wheels on the bus that set her free. Now I'm left alone at last to find out how it feels when the only home that you got left has got 18 wheels and a cold night on the big road. 18 wheels and a CB radio. There's one wheel from the kid's bike they forgot in the driveway. And the only home that you got left has got 18 wheels. There's 4 wheels on the taxi that took her from me. 10 wheels on the bus that set her free. Now I'm left alone at last to find out how it feels when the only home that you got left has got 18 wheels. 18 wheels. 18 wheels.
Okay, we're moving on to the next song, which is
Special Friend.
Special Friend.
This is one of the tunes that we love best that John wrote. And everybody can imagine that we're all his special friend, and we certainly knew we were. Who could ever lose you? You're just not that kind. You will never fade away, special friend of mine. Things we did together then, I can still recall. Sometimes it gets hard to see what was real at all. Who could ever lose you? You're just not that kind. You will never fade away, special friend of mine. I think of you now and then in a clear, clear light. I guess we all hard to spend. Although the years all disappear, you'll still be my friend. Who could ever lose you? You're just not that kind. You will never fade away, special friend of mine. John's most touching songs. We're gonna do one that's a little different that John wrote, and he was surprised when we learned it from the female perspective, which is quite different. You got the angles, she's got the curves. You got a lot of big ideas, but you lack the nerve. If you'd have been on your toes back in '92, you could have had a lovely lady like her with you, like you want to. Could have rode in with Clinton, rose like the cream, been high in the sky on that dot-com scene. Cause a girl like that belongs in Playboy magazine. It's the Sears catalog for the cats with the green. All lawyer who shot John, excuses seem so lame. Well, somehow interesting, they're just not germane. The salient fact, demonstrably true, that girl is much too good for you. That girl is much too good for you. The indefinable emotion when girls do the choosing, like an L on your forehead, tells you you're losing. Indescribable sensation of a myriad charms, that ineffable feeling you'll never feel in her arms. For you lack the penthouse and the portfolio with no annuity. You're just another Joe. You had your chance to win at the game. You didn't make a nickel, baby. Ain't it a shame? All lawyer who shot John, excuses seem so lame. But somehow interesting, they're just not germane. The salient fact, demonstrably true, that girl is much too good for you. That girl is much too good for you. Well, she's a clean machine. She's not afraid. She'd never sleep with you, cause she'd never get paid. It's not a matter of your age or the color of your hair. It's the matter of the wherewithal, which you ain't got nowhere. Should've made a move when the SNLs were landing. You didn't move at all, so there's no happy ending. You deserve a medal for self-pity that you wallow in. When you come in, you got them nights of fun when all your Bouchard John excuses seem so lame. But somehow interesting, they're just not germane. The salient fact, demonstrably true, that girl is much too good for you. That girl is much too good for you. That girl is much too. It's just not germane.
If you want me after work, you can find me here and there, with dirty clothes and a diesel smell, a couple of bucks to spare. Ever since you left me, you know I don't stay home at all. I just hang around the honky-tonks, reading writing on the wall. Slow, slow poison is killing me. Oh, that's what I think each time I take another drink. Slow, slow poison is killing me, but I just can't seem to drown your memory. You know, it don't seem right for a man my age to have this kind of blues. It's hard enough just getting by, driving that old twin screw. And here I am with an older gal, drinking the drinks times two. And as we dance another slow dance, I am wishing she was you. Slow, slow poison is killing me. Oh, that's what I think each time I take another drink. Slow, slow poison is killing me, but I just can't seem to drown your memory. Slow, slow poison is killing me. Oh, that's what I think each time I take another drink. Slow, slow poison is killing me, but I just can't seem to drown your memories. But I just can't seem to drown your memories.
Whatever happened to the boy I used to be? Rambled the roads back in old Tennessee. Walked home with my sweetheart from school in the spring. Well, we would hold hands and together would sing. Low the crickets have been on the summer away. Bright days are gone, skies are gray. Wind's blowing cold, rain the falls. Winter has come and the crickets are lost. I used to plow all day in the spring. Walk home from the field while I dreamt of an ending and the sweet peace of God laid upon all the land. Trees, birds, and me, and his birthday for land. Lo, the crickets have filled the summer away. But days are gone, skies are all gray. Winds blow and cold, bringing the frost. Winter has come and the crickets are lost. Got you, see those bright city lights there, and the smoke keep me up every night. Why I seem so empty, I cannot explain. I give all the world just to go back again. Lo, the crickets have filled the summer away. Bright days are gone, skies are all gray. Wind blowing cold, bringing the frost. Winter has come, and the crickets are lost.
All right, we're going to do a tune of John's that is in a whole different genre, because he was the king of genres. People today are drifting apart. No sense of direction, no purpose and no heart. Man, you could sit down and you could wait forever if you were ever waiting for people to get anything together. But the people you see passing by every day, driving a limousine or digging a ditch, they all have at least one thing in common to say. They wish they were rich, 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 they wish they were rich. No one agrees on philosophy and art, religion and politics, it's hard to tell apart. It's an age-old mystery from age 6 to 60, when you can't even get them all peanut-eating Southerners to whistle Dixie. But the people you see passing by every day, drinking Drambuie or good old Dr. Titchener's, they all have at least one thing in common to say. They wish they were rich, 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 they wish they were rich. Starry idealists put dreams on a shelf. He's hoping that later they'll do it with somebody else. It's easy to do, 'cause I've done it myself. But when you think of all the good things you might have right now, just can't get the bread together, no matter how hard you try. How hard you try, how hard you try. Me making chump change 40 hours a week, that slip talking sapsuckers sliding down the side street. That antiquated singer in some Malibu retreat. Someone less, someone more. Look at the pimp, look at the whore, and the guy that sells the crack to that oversexed executive with an apartment on the side. Big white popcorn cowboy trucking his farmer's ass along. Losers on the corner bragging and swapping lies. Musicians play the score. They're looking for just one more cash advance on a song. Because the action's in the street, money's in a bind. Everybody's chiseling out a piece of the dream. Someone more, someone less. Who's gonna know? That's anyone's guess. Leave the rest behind, go stand in line. Nobody agrees on philosophy and art. Religion and politics, it's hard to tell apart. Man, you could sit down and you could wait forever if you would ever wait for people to get anything together. But the people you see passing by every day, presidential advisors or jailhouse snitch, they all have at least one thing in common to say. They wish they were rich, 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 they wish they were rich. When I watch you closely, suddenly you vanish. You're not even there. Do you look at me and see me disappear like I'm not even there? Do you see me at night as we lay dreaming? Things I know we share. And you wake up and wonder, is there anybody anywhere? When I watch you closely, suddenly you vanish. You're not even there. Do you look at me and see me disappear like I'm not even there? Do you see me at night as we lay dreaming? Things I know we share. And you wake up and wonder, is there anybody anywhere?
On the grass beneath the underpass, I was waiting for a ride. When the water in my shoes began to freeze. When I was broke and hungry, everybody passed me by. On a highway down in Mansfield, Tennessee. When you're stranded in a rain out on the road, you gotta play the music No one had to tell me to keep on move on down the wall. We gotta, that's something that everybody knows. When you're stranded in the rain out on the road, you gotta play the music in your head and listen to the wind tides roll, 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 roll away. Everything's still waiting up ahead. Back from New York City, on straight to Tennessee, we broke down on the highway B and G. The interstate to Nashville is over crowded meadows long. Now I know I've got to walk it in the rain. When you're stranded in the rain out on the road, you gotta play the music in your head and listen to the red tides roll, roll, roll away. There's what brings the rain up ahead. Now if you hit the highway, all you young and rambling kids, you let the word to hitchhike and to run. You may find yourself longing for your mom and dad on the interstate. It's a long, long way from home. When you're stranded in the rain out on the road, you gotta play the music in your head and listen to the wind tides roll, roll, roll and the waiting up ahead. You gotta listen to the wind tides rolling up ahead and listen to the wind waiting up ahead. Nights in the army in Germany, beneath the evergreens. Sometimes a radar truck got stuck and the northern wind just screamed. Me and Al sang all night long as we stood out in the snow and swore our friendship to the end at 10 degrees below. Knights in shining armor, seeking the Holy Grail. Knights in shining armor, seeking the Holy Grail. Young men bound for glory, who hadn't learned to fail. Well, we played all night in taverns at the wrong side of the tracks, with men from land so far away they never could go back, whose hearts beheld visions through eyes nearly blind, and squandered youth and energy on the castles in their minds. Well, me and Al broke company on a road in the city of lights. He went north, I went south, and God knows who went right. I wondered when I see him again, yeah, I wondered what he'd do. His card just said he had a kid back in 1972. Knights in shining armor, in the promised land. Young men bound for glory, who were trying crowded city streets and only had one friend who asked me to go to Israel and head back to the States. And I said no, I would not go under who made the mistake. Knights in shining armor, seeking the Holy Grail, young men bound for glory, who hadn't learned to fail. In every bar from here to there, we played away the night with black and white Americans who waited on the light. Yeah, I've been around all over, and I might not go again. But I'll never love the world as much as the one I called my friend. Nice in shining armor, seeking the promised land. Young men bound for glory, they were trying to understand.
Okay, we're gonna do a tune that's a very sweet one. And you were young, and I was young. In the world we knew, upon the hill, the music filled the world in shades of blue. Spring was in the sycamore, hearts began to burn. The spring that took you far away, never to return. You held my hand, you kissed me then, against the windowsill. You faced the sun as we embraced, I can see you still. With every breath of spring that whispers through new leaves, every bitter sweet song that won my heart. With every beat of my heart, now at last I find I was searching for traces of you. I was searching for traces of you. The echoes of the song we played are all that still remain, of love that could have grown before our lives were ever stained. The snows have come, the world was changed. I can't forget the day spring was in the sycamore. Two doves flew away. With every breath of spring that whispers through the leaves, every bitter sweet song that won my heart. with every beat of my heart. Now at last I find I was searching for traces of you. I was searching for traces of you. With every breath of spring that whispers through the leaves, every bitter sweet song that won my heart. With every beat of my heart, now at last I find I was searching for traces of you. I was searching for traces of you. They say out in Texas, Bob Wills is still the king, and the outlaws out of Austin ought to be running everything. It's about time somebody reminds old Willie Whalen Paul when it comes to cowboy music. Gene Autry taught them all. He used to rope and ride on old Champa across the silver screen, singing back in the saddle again. He never killed nobody, not even guys like Willie Paul. When it comes to cowboy music, Gene Autry taught them all. They really go for Bill Monroe in the state of Kentucky. this stealing all began. All of his detractors, you better watch what you say, because if it was for old Gene Autry, we wouldn't know what a cowboy was. He used to rope and ride on old Champa across the silver stream, singing back in the saddle again. He didn't kill nobody, not even guys like Billy and Paul. When it comes to cowboy music, Gene Autry taught them all. When it comes to being a cowboy, Gene Autry taught them all.
Is that the sound of you knocking at my door? Is that the sound of you knocking at my door? Well, that's the only thing I'm waiting for. It's the sound of you knocking on my door. I don't know why I had to go and leave you, Rosalita. I don't know why I had to go. I'm running you to try to answer, but this time I just don't know. Instead of you been rubbing about me ever since I got back from Mexico. Now if you don't, you just won't show. Is that the sound of you knocking on my door? Is that the sound of you knocking on my door? That's the only thing I'm waiting for. It's the sound of you knocking on my door. That's it, go here. I'm waiting on the buzzer and I'm crazy Rosalita, cause I never was a girl like you. The minutes go like hours and the hours go like days. There never was a man so blue. I'm working on a puzzle and I figured out the riddle. The answer is still you. Every little sound makes my heart pound. Wish you would make my dreams come true. Hey, is that the sound of you knocking on my door? Is that the sound when I went to college, studied history there. They taught me that black was white and what was wrong was fair. Pioneers going west, settled for the best. Learned about our destiny, it was manifest. So they all went on a great genocidal bender. Only those damn Seminoles never would surrender. Once I went to college, now I drive a truck. I fill my head with knowledge, damn near wound up stuck. Designing talking rubber duckies, daily 9 to 5. Watching evening TV news to see if I'm alive. When I went to college, studied mathematics. Citric and calculus, my slide rule in the attic. I learned to add, minus, imaginary numbers. Vector analyzing dreams drifted through my slumbers. And I learned all my skills just a little later. Could be done more easily on a calculator. Once I went to college, now I drive a truck. Fill my head with knowledge, damn near wound up stuck. Designing walking rubber duckies daily 9 to 5. Watching evening TV news to see if I'm alive. When I went to college, all the damn requirements guaranteed a dumb-ass stupidity environment. Memorizing useless crap at breakneck speed. Memorizing useless crap you'll never need. Plowed our way through Chaucer, from the front to back. Never once heard the name of old Jack Kerouac. When I once went to college and I now drive a truck. I fill my head with knowledge, damn near wound up stuck. Designing rubber talking duckies, taking 9 to 5, watching evening TV news to see if I'm alive. When I went to college, main thing that was taught, how to get away with it without getting caught. All them scripted answer sheets, so easy to pass. Bought and paid for essays that got A's in every class. All the teachers had to publish every now and then. Guess you had to buy the books in classes they taught in. Once I went to college, now I drive a truck. Fill my head with knowledge, am near wound up stuck. Designing talking rubber duckies, daily 9 to 5. Watching TV evening news to see if I'm alive. Watching evening TV news to see if I'm alive. Watching evening TV news to see if I'm alive.
sad anymore. There is no reason to cry, and I am sure you already know this time he won't return. Darling, take my hand, let's watch our bridges burn. There is no reason to be sad anymore. There is no reason to cry. I'm sure you already know this time it won't return. Darling, take my hand, let's watch our bridges burn. Darling, take my hand, let's watch our bridges burn.
Andy Lattimore.
Dandelion, morning glories, and roses. They say he was a good man, but sure to go wrong. A well-respected businessman and sold out for a song by a girl whose pretty pictures he carries near his breast. It was not love but money, and I guess you know the rest. Running to the nighttime desperado man, trying to get away now any way I can. And though dandelions and morning glories and roses are your trail ain't gonna end. Friends are drifters, creepy, shifty, rotten fucking rats. Your life ain't good, too bad, it's sad to see anybody end up with nothing but two magazines in an empty room and a bed you call your home. There's nothing left but memories and you can call your own. Running to the nighttime desperado man, trying to get away now any way I can. Although dandelions and morning glories and roses mark your trail ain't gonna end.
You watched him cheating at cards. His clothes were so cool, thrillingly handsome, broke every rule. Honesty was something he didn't do. What made you think he'd be different with you? Somewhere between these intervening lifelines, something is lost, unnoticed, unplanned. Something goes missing, how can I define it? I can't even fathom myself. Oh, the ways of man. waiting on someone when you first met him. Lazy, self-centered, casually cruel, relentlessly searching for the next thing he wanted. What made you think he'd be different with you? Somewhere between these intervening lifelines, something is lost, unnoticed, unplanned. Something goes missing, how can I define it? I can't even fathom myself. Oh, the ways of man. He told you he loved you, you thought he could change. Maybe he could if he wanted to. You conveniently forgot he is a liar. What made you think he'd be different with you? Somewhere between these intervening lifelines, something is lost, unnoticed, unplanned. Something goes missing, how can I define it? I can't even fathom myself. Oh, the ways of somewhere between these intervening lifelines, something is lost, unnoticed, unplanned. Something goes missing, how can I define it? I can't even fathom myself. Oh, the ways of man.
John Parrott could write a song,
Exactly.
and he wrote 250 of them.
My granddaddy was an engineer the year Jimmy Rogers died. He hardly smiled, so they called him Smiley. Lily was his bride. He drove for the Illinois Central, lived down in Shelby County, Tennessee. But if he ever seen his brakeman sing, well, he never mentioned it to me. You see, he drove the Panama Limited, goes to Chicago town. They call it the city of New Orleans after it turns around. He'd be gone for days at a time and he'd sleep in a red caboose. Sit out on the front porch, spitting old brown mule tobacco juice. Yes, my grandma, she loved grandpa.
Long ago, you held my
all rumpled, your dreams tossed in pain. There's traces of tears from shadows you're fearing in a world that you find you can't change. But I'll help you smile, Maureen. Maybe mend some broken dreams. Fly to some places where magic still hides. And if we try, we might bring back the good times again, Maureen, just like it might have been. Some find it easy to give up believing, repeating them stories that never were true. Porcelain slender, your neck's never bended, and this song was meant for you. I'll help you smile, Maureen. Maybe mend some broken dreams. Fly to some places where magic still hides. And if we try, we might bring back the good times again, Maureen, just like it might have been. In the sun of the morning, my shy tiger lily, your ruby heart flutters like owls in the night. Geraniums laugh in this world's apodistra. Your laughter puts their world to flight. I'll help you smile, Maureen. Maybe mend some broken dream. Fly to some places where magic still hides. And if we try, we might bring back the good times again, Maureen, just like it might have been, Maureen, beautiful might have been.
Well, if you haven't any hair, get on down the road. Well, if you haven't any hay, mama, get on down that road. I go in there no more. I go in there no more. Well, if I go to Louisiana, the sheriff, they gon' hang me sure. I going there no more. I going there no more. Well, if I go to Louisiana, the sheriff, they gon' hang me sure. But if you have it in hand, get on down the road. Well, if you have it in the head, mama, get on down that road. There was one fella that everybody knew, man. They all know his tune. It's played by guitar players, white people, black people, and that interesting group of people that happened around the 20s and 30s where the white people and the black people sounded just alike.
Play, man, play in your local bar till your hair's got gray and you never made enough to pay your way. And the only way you got by is lady. Love to hear you play, man, play. I don't mind, man. Cause I'm sitting right here, I'm as drunk as I can get. I've been trying to meet somebody, but I ain't met her yet. Another little drink wouldn't do us any harm. Gotta meet a lady like a little Jolie Blonde. We can play, man, play. Like, I ain't trying to make you nervous or anything, man, but play, man, play. I noticed something. Owners starting to wonder out loud if your music's not driving out his supper crowd and your crowd are a bunch of loudmouth bum. Anyway, not that many even come to see you play, man, play. But I'm one of your biggest fans. I'm sitting right here, I'm as drunk as I can get. I've been trying to meet somebody, but I ain't met her yet. Another little drink wouldn't do us any harm. Gotta meet a lady like a little Jolie Blonde, yeah. We can play, man, play. Well, I'm a fan of yours from the good old days. I've been watching you since you learned to play. You used to sound more like Porter Wagner. Now you sound like Bruce Springsteen. I love to hear you play, man, play. Cause I'm a fan of yours and I'm sitting right here. I'm as drunk as I can get. I've been trying to meet somebody, but I ain't met her yet. Another little drink wouldn't do us any harm. Gotta meet a lady like a little Jolie Blonde. Woo-hoo-hoo. Play, man, 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 play, play, man, play. And I'm sitting right here, I'm as drunk as I can get. I've been trying to meet somebody, but I ain't met her yet.
Another little drink wouldn't do us any harm. Gotta meet a lady like a little Jolie Blanc. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. We can play, man, play. My granddaddy was an engineer the year Jimmy Rogers died. He hardly smiled, so they called him Smiley. Lily was his bride. He drove for the Illinois Central, lived down in Shelby County, Tennessee. But if he ever seen his brakeman sing, well, he never mentioned it to me. You see, he drove the Panama Limited, goes to Chicago town. They call it the city of New Orleans after it turns around. He'd be gone for days at a time and he'd sleep in a red caboose. Sit out on the front porch, spitting old brown mule tobacco juice. Yes, my grandma, she loved Grandpa. I'm sure he loved her. He drank so much, he got so mean, and he wouldn't hardly say a word. Still, sometimes he tell me stories of little things that I wanted to know. They told me how it all went down a long, long time ago. The old boys from the roundhouse used to sit around and drink and shout. Grandma would get so doggone mad, she'd get up and run them on down. They'd go stumbling down Brooks Road just singing a railroad song. I was too little and I was too young, and they never let me tag along, because my grandma, she was smart as a whip, even after she got old. She'd always been a real pretty woman and still liked to get told. She'd get up before sunrise and work hard all day long. She told all the neighbors she was weak, and you could see that she was strong, 'cause my grandma, she loved Grandpa. I'm sure he loved her. He drank so much, he got so mean, and he wouldn't hardly say a word. Still, sometimes he tell me stories of little things that I wanted to know. They told me how it all went down a long, long time ago. Every engineer, he holds down a brake that they call the dead man's pedal. If he should die, it'll stop that train with a shriek of metal on metal. Granddaddy held it down so long he couldn't tell if his foot got broke. He died from emphysema, breathing coal and diesel smoke. Yes, my grandma, she loved Grandpa. I'm sure that he loved her. He drank so much, he got so mean that he wouldn't hardly say a word. Sometimes he tell me stories of little things that I wanted to know. They told me how it all went down a long, long time ago. Granddaddy, he got religion just a little while before he died. Caught the last train in the station, took his final ride. The family said he suffered bad and it was best when he passed away. I got back from the service just in time to hear Grandma say, "Oh, I've had enough of married life now that Smiley's gone. I'm sick of men, I'm sick of strife, I'd rather live alone." She took the insurance money, then she went over to Japan. When she got back, she married another hard-drinking railroad man. Yes, my grandma and my grandpa sure hope they're together. Made it through the thick and thin and mostly stormy weather. Still, sometimes they tell me stories of little things that I wanted to know. They told me how it all went down a long,